Greetings, my good bitches! The name's Francis, QueenCokeFrancis. I'm an editor, Twitch streamer, drag artist, and I'm here because I'd like to say a prayer before we all begin today. Alright. Dear David Lynch, if only you were here to see two independent horror films absolutely pistol whip the latest Star Wars movie at the box office. In your name we pray. Hey, Macarena. See, that's the god I pray to. But somehow I still share a country with millions of people who pray to Lord God Emperor President Donald Jessica Trump. This is well-trodden ground on my channel, as you probably know. But with the MAGA movement slowly but surely fading, even some of his biggest simps are starting to get the gut feeling that something might be a little off. And in an age of the internet where I'm able to make a living doing this, people are able to publicly express these concerns and post their open letters and prayers to Donald Jessica Trump for everyone to see. Especially in our prayers to Trump, the latest subreddit I've been constantly lurking in, and what made me want to do this video in the first place. You know how some boomers think that everything they see in their Facebook feed is like directly addressed to them? These folks seem to genuinely believe that the President of the United States of America, Commander-in-Chief, leader of the free world, Donald Jessica Trump, is just like them in that moment, chilling on Facebook, getting fooled by AI videos of Jesus, and most importantly, taking the time to read all of their open letters and prayers to him. I mean, they are addressed to him, so by that logic, he must be able to see them, right? And have the time to read all of them, right? Or even be able to read, period. Right? But in this country where capitalism rules and education is actively discouraged, these prayers to the president sound more like customer service complaints, or better yet, letters to Santa. I was on the fence about making this video only because I've had a genuine fear that he was gonna croak sometime during the production of this, and then I wouldn't have time to make a new video per my sponsor's deadlines. And with his latest, I don't know, 10,000th stroke this week, I do realize that I'm playing Russian roulette with my comedic timeliness. But I figured I'd better do it sooner than later because, well, Miss Thing is regularly falling asleep and shitting her pants on camera. At the time of writing this script, and at the time of filming this right now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but just last one more week. Just one more week, and then as soon as this video is posted and it gets some eyes, then we let the archangels take him. That's the prayer I should have opened the video with. But Francis, you mean you want people to suffer in the name of laughter? It's not about laughter. It's about comedy. And if it does happen between now and the time this video is posted, I can already smell the hashtag QueenCokeFrancis prayergate from here. So, for now, no matter what happens, let's just have a nice chuckle at a compilation I put together of my favorite prayers to Trump, as if he could see them, or read in general. As ridiculous as some of these are, do remember that there are real people behind these posts. Hopefully nobody spots their dad in this compilation. But if you do, you can always ask him about it this Father's Day after you give him a stellar Father's Day gift, like some everyday clip earbuds from the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. These earbuds have been my personal go-to lately. They are perfect for when I'm running errands, when I'm at the gym, when I'm jamming in my favorite onesies, and especially when I'm getting into drag. What sets these bad boys apart is the memory metal clip. It's engineered with nickel titanium memory metal, perfectly durable and lightweight. They gently secure to your ear without any pressure, so they can stay comfortably in place all day. I have actually worn them for hours and forgotten that they were even there, and not just because I have ADHD and forget everything. And now is the perfect time to grab a pair because they are currently 15% off. Not only do the everyday clip earbuds stay in place all day, but their design allows you to hear the world around you, whether a car is honking at you, or someone someone is calling for help from the bottom of a well, or you're being inundated with internet prayers, you'll be able to hear it all and keep yourself safe while still getting clear and balanced music and calls. They're also perfect for glasses wearers or piercings havers, since there's no pinching or pressure and they never get in the way. The everyday clip earbuds can connect to multiple devices and switch seamlessly between them, and have 8 hours of playtime with 30 hours of battery with their nifty little charging case. I only have to charge these bad boys like once a week. Take it from me, QueenCokeFrancis, your favorite drag dad, and I guarantee that your dad would love a Father's Day gift that's practical, comfortable, and something he'll reach for every day. So just click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/QCFclip for 15% off. Thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video, and with that, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So I've divided these bad boys into 5, count 'em, 5 categories. First up is, won't someone please think of the gas prices? This was the tipping point, my good bitches. The entire course of events, from January 2025 up until now, was completely acceptable. The concentration camps, the murder and terrorization of American citizens, the AI deregulation, the genocide in Gaza, attacks on every single part of the Bill of Rights and Constitution you can think of, the erasure of anyone who poses a threat to a cishet Christian male theocracy, and even those pesky Epstein files. But now that gas in the South costs what it's cost in California since the Bush administration, that's a step too far, buckaroo. Please, President Trump, blow Iran off the planet. They are not willing to deal and you gave them long enough. We want this over and for prices to go down. We trust you and back you, but Iran's leadership need to be taught a lesson, and they need to meet their maker, the devil. Oh my god. Weird way of saying Trump created Iran. The most notable aspect of these is how many of them actually wanted him to follow up with wiping an entire civilization off of the planet, which isn't exactly surprising. I mean, what's one less girls' school if it means your local Buc-ee's won't run out of diesel? Dear President Trump, I'm one of your biggest followers, but 200 plus per barrel of oil, no matter how short a period of time, would be disastrous in November. Please make a decision to take out Iran very shortly, or just call it a day. No one else is stepping up to the plate, so if Iran decided to nuke the UEA, so what? Not the Utah Education Association. President Trump, please stop playing with Iran. I am 77 years old. I have never paid $4 a gallon until this week. First time. Why? Why you talk to Iran knowing you cannot reach a deal? They are liars and murderers. They hate us and want us all dead. I can't imagine why. We are hurting at the store. We are hurting at the gas pumps. We are hurting just about everyday needs. Why? Because that's democracy in action, baby girl. For whatever the reason, stop talking to Iran. Bomb them to dust where they will never be a threat to anyone. She's from the same country that won't shut the fuck up about 9/11, mind you. I voted for you 3 times and still support you, but I am worried about what you are doing. Nah, OP, you hit the nail on the head. Put those files on the back burner for now. There's brown people afoot. Dear Mr. Trump, you're gonna have to start doing your fucking job sooner or later. We put you in the office to help the American people. It just cost me $175 to fill my diesel truck up, and just when this poster was on the brink of class consciousness, thankfully, someone stepped in to keep him grounded in reality. Would be way worse if a liberal was in office. Just be happy that Camel Toe Harris is your president. Donald is kicking himself in the cankles for not coming up with that one. Dementia is claiming the minds of more and more great thinkers by the day. Won't you help? Mr. President, my partner and I were just talking about how tough things were getting. Gas prices, groceries, electricity, rent. It's a lot. We were reminiscing about 2000. Aren't we all, diva? When gas was $1.26, and I think it would be amazing if you could help bring those days back. But don't you see, concerned voter? He is bringing those days back. What do you think the again means in Make America Great Again? We're not just going back to cheap gas prices. He's yeeted us back in time before cars were even a thing, and before you could voice an opinion. Any chance you could look into lowering gas prices? It mean the world to us, and I voted for you twice and would do it again. Well, maybe he'll listen, but only because you asked nicely and smiled. Let's see what he has to say.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
Finally, he isn't lying. Please, President Trump, I know that energy will bring down the prices of groceries, but this cannot happen fast enough. The grocery prices are killing the American people's pockets.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
Seafood is almost the price of gold. Not really, but close. We really need to work on the price of beef and seafood above all else. We actually don't need universal health care. As long as everyone's got beef and seafood in their diets, we can all properly heal as a nation. Though I wouldn't ask the guy who likes well-done steaks with ketchup about anything beef related. Moving on to our next category. I don't think he can help with that, bro. These are the ones that read less like governmental demands and more like, as I mentioned earlier, letters to Santa, or all the emails in that movie about Jim Carrey becoming God. I guarantee Trump's working on getting a yes to all button installed right next to his Diet Coke one. Please do me a favor, Mr. President. I voted for you 3 times. I supported you from day 1 in 2015. Please help me get tickets to the UFC fight at the White House. You know, say what you want about the UFC cage fight on the White House lawn. I can't think of a better way to kick off Pride Month than with a bunch of muscular, sweaty, shirtless dudes duking it out in front of the President of the United States. I hate traveling, but for this, no doubt. And I guarantee if we meet one day and have a little talk, you would love me in a heartbeat. Is this what I should have been putting in my resumes? We're on the same page, and I know you're the master on knowledge, but I could definitely enlighten you. I'm in it to win it, just like you. Never mind, this reads more like a Grindr DM. I love this country more than life itself, and I would personally take a bullet for you or anybody in your family. And you've had opportunity after opportunity to do so. Did you need him to fly you out for those too? This is not a joke. I just probably get one ticket and hopefully maybe a friend. You could strip search us, do whatever you want. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Dear President Donald J. Trump, I'm asking you to make an executive order right now that it is a federal law that all food takeout deliveries must have napkins, a fork, and some salt. In the time it took you to write this letter, you could have just tapped the include condiments and utensils option on your app. Food delivery has never been easier or more convenient. Am I right, people? I'm sure Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will also get behind this. That man does not know what a napkin is. My dad is gonna love this next one. On Monday, I will ask President Trump via X to help save my life. He offered to help me if I needed it. I need it. As many of you know, I have metastasized prostate cancer. So in case you don't know who this dickweed is, Scott Adams was the creator of a famous cartoon strip called Dilbert, and this thing was huge. Believe it or not, there was a time in the 1990s where office humor was something newfangled and novel, and Dilbert walked so that movies like Office Space could run, basically. Adams was also a bizarre venture capitalist and died on the hill that the Dill burrito was the greatest thing ever introduced to mankind. But hey, at least he died. Francis, that's terrible. How could you say that about this trailblazer in white-collar comedy?
If, nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, that's a hate group, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. I'm going to back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. Don't even think it's worth trying. You didn't expect that today, did you?
No amount of dill burritos in the world can cure prostate cancer, unfortunately. Neither can Donald Trump, but you already know. knew that, right? Mr. Donald J. Trump's best president ever. I have to ask you a question, sir. How come I am still getting taxes on my overtime, sir? No disrespect. I like texting in all caps. Oh, no disrespect at all. You know what they say? If you're coming to live here in this country, you better learn the president's language. Please help me. My phone number is... Be safe and thank you for being the best president ever. Thank you so much, sir. Speaking of phone numbers, dear President Trump, please fix the non-stop daily spam, scam, and suspected fraud calls. Every day my business and personal phone gets numerous calls that are spam or scam. Please, Mr. Trump, the American people are asking for this. Look at how many likes this post has received. There are ones of us out there. Ones, I say. Oh my god, it's a shame this video isn't sponsored by Aura. That would have been the perfect segue. Hi, Trump. I need your help with something on Reddit. Now, before we laugh at this person together, to be entirely fair to them, I can see why they might ask Trump for help with their Reddit problems. Just take one look at that Call of Duty chat room that's, I meant the official White House Twitter page. And that is subreddit. Can you please ban them for me? Because they're not gonna give me a chance, and I'd love to help them, but they're not letting me, and they keep banning me for no reason, and I haven't harassed anyone on subreddit, but they're harassing me, and I just want to help others, but they're not even letting me, and they're not even following rule number 1, and that rule is treat others with respect, and they're not doing that with me. I just don't get respect with subreddit, so I'm asking to ban the subreddit. Like, I want them to disappear if they don't treat me with respect and give me a chance, so yeah, ban them, get rid of them, please. Again, say what you want about OP, but this is how Trump's brain operates. Like a 6th grader getting bullied out of a Neopets forum. I mean, I definitely wouldn't know anything about that. I don't even know what that means. Like as if something like that would affect my self-esteem issues during adolescence or something. I mean, ew. I'm 26. I've been going door to door in young neighborhoods talking about the Republican Party. Well, you're certainly in their most desired demographic, and how a Democrat president would be detrimental next time. However, it is getting expensive. My Cash App is... Absolutely anything helps out. I wonder what Trump's burner Cash App username would be. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Help me educate more people for 2028. Speaking of which, let's move on to our next category, the American education system at work. That's one thing other countries love to make fun of us for. How stupid Americans are, how bad our education system is. As if we have any control over that. And then, if anyone does decide to pursue a higher education, they're quite literally punished for it the rest of their lives. And it still rarely grants us entry into our job fields of choice. An extremely foreign concept to those of you who take all your social safety nets for granted. Don't worry guys, I totally get it. The only reason you make fun of disenfranchised, uneducated Americans is because you can't fathom what it must be like for a school to saddle you with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt that exists long after you die. Though there are exceptions to my defenses. Mr. President, please do not rush into funding Harvard. They've hired a drag queen as a professor. Sounds like a boring fucking drag queen. Sir, Mr. President, you know I adore you. Can we just concentrate on us? They are nuts. Who's they? No more money that way. Let's fix us first. Do they mean Israel? Because if so, I agree. They are unfixable, dysfunctional. Why are we wasting our money on them when we need to fix us first? It's been, what? YouTube? YouTube. Enough is enough. Let them kill each other off. But really though, are they talking about Israel? Cause Mr. President Trump, I voted for you 3 damn times. You've got to do something about the diesel prices, please. Now this could have gone in the won't someone please think of the gas prices category, but oh my god, I so love when boomers don't understand how Facebook status backgrounds work. Unless it is actually OP's birthday and this is his birthday wish. Obviously Trump can't can't hear our prayers, but nobody said anything about birthday wishes. Or Trump is a genie and OP used up his 3 wishes on the last 3 elections. Can you please pull funds to feed all the children of hardworking women and the disabled for SNAP benefits while government is shut down at least through beginning of the year? I thought Doge took care of that though. Pull out of funding Fauci Monkey Island, Nigerian and Middle East Sesame Street trans funds, and studying Russian cats on treadmills and Egyptian tourism. What are you looking at me for? Why would I have jokes for this? The jokes are right there. One cannot satirize that which is inherently satirical. That's 36 million right there. God bless you, President Donald J. Trump. She might have failed social studies, but she definitely did the math. You might want to ask those 19-year-old Silicon Valley Doge boys just how much money they saved in Middle East Sesame Street trans funds. President Trump, you need to get rid of the machines before we vote. I just went to the Board of Elections to verify my voting registrar. I'm a Republican, period. The last time I voted, they changed my vote to Carmella. There was no way in hell I voted for her. Please get rid of those horrible machines. It happened to some people I was with also. Is there any possibility that you just can't read? Dear Mr. President, please put us something on this ice box with Apple. Close them down, please, to protect our Board of Control agents. Thank you. Please don't ask me to translate this. I'm already trying to learn Japanese and my dumb American brain has limited bandwidth. Am I showing my age if I say this reminds me of Bone App the Teeth? Our penultimate category is Still Love You Though. I almost named this category actually kind of sad, because some of these people do recognize that something is terribly wrong with this country, but surely this all must just be part of our boy's grand plan, right? Kind of like when you take Accutane and your acne has to get worse before it gets better. Dear President Trump, I am one of your biggest fans and support most, but not all of your decisions. Presidents, am I right? If you want to win the midterms, bring down the price of gas, make basic grocery items affordable again, and one of those bonus checks wouldn't hurt. I've totally lost track of time. Wasn't it Biden who did that? And I'm only asking because I remember after receiving that bonus, I got like 3 more things in the mail that were like, hey Queen, remember when we gave you a few hundred shy of your rent payment exactly one time? Don't forget to thank us, the Democrats. While some of us understand the amazing, large-scale, future-securing, health-protecting steps you are taking, many Americans are just about day-to-day survival. See, guys, it's all part of Lord God Emperor President Donald Jessica Trump's plan. Dear President Trump, you have a lot of wisdom between your ears, but when it comes out of your mouth, it disappears. Me when I have a manic episode after forgetting to take my Vyvanse. You must remember, you represent the United States, and this last term in office, you've made many mistakes. My good bitch, I don't even think he can remember the lyrics to Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals anymore, and that's really saying something. I know you believe you are doing very good, and as president of our country, you truly, truly should. I know it's not easy to settle every crisis that's in demand. Let's face it, Mr. President, you're only just one man. It's actually pretty easy to settle crises when you're the one who started them in the first place. You serve the people, not just the elite. Remember, they weren't the only ones voting you into the president's seat, so when you go to bed at night, say a little pray. Dear Lord, Lord is it, whatever they're calling it. Gas is down, eggs are down, prices are tremendously down, didn't even need your help with that, it's better than we ever thought it could be. We can make heaven great too, you couldn't even walk down the street in heaven, I made it so you could walk down the street in heaven. I didn't think I'd even get into heaven, but I don't even think I need heaven, but I guarantee we could do great things with heaven. And then we have this guy who reviews presidencies as if they're on Yelp. I voted for Trump. However, I need to say cool story, bro. Remember when you let Doge die without any meaningful spending cuts? That was literally my #1 thing I wanted done, was to fire entire agencies. Me when they put Soldier Boy back in the tank after a 6-episode trailer for Vought Rising. #2 thing was Epstein and had to be forced by the real patriot Thomas Massey. And then you let the DOJ redact everything meaningful. Oh, he didn't let them. Number 3 priority was the border, which you have delivered. So, a mixed bag, but let's be honest, Vivek or DeSantis would have also delivered on the border. I truly wish Trump could read all of these because that one would have cut deep. But gas is also down, which is a godsend. What gas numbers are you looking at? Are they in dog years? And let's not even talk about the embarrassing infiltration of Israelis into your administration. I would rate your administration 3 out of 5 stars. Just kinda meh. Oh, so this is a review of The Boys Season 5. Because I'd like to end this video on a slightly more positive note, our final category is they're so close to getting it. People who are edging class consciousness and understanding the tech oligarchy they voted us into. They're so close. And so am I. Dear Mr. Trump, we are growing tired of you putting your lips on Israel's ass. Better have a good plan. I mean, he did just call up Bibi the other day to actually tell him that he's out of his f***ing mind. Ladies, please, no fighting during Pride Month. Dear Trump, can you please not use the country's $200 million to make an arch honoring yourself? Let's concentrate on paying our bills and take care of healthcare for people needing it and other things more important. Thank you. Again, you did buy the product as advertised, so I'm not exactly sure what you're expecting here, unless you just listen to everything he said with your ass. And plenty of people do that with my videos. So, hey, come on, Trump. What's going on? Who is leading you? I really like this concerned school counselor approach that OP is taking with the president. You are breaking your promise to many who voted for you, including me. I am a disabled combat veteran. You are turning ICE into a power-hungry militia. I know there are good people that work for ICE. You lost me there, buckaroo, but I will keep reading for the sake of the video. But you have a lot of bad men that are there too. You need to rein them in. You need to change your staff. You mean you weren't satisfied with the human table coaster being replaced by a can of cram from Fallout? You are getting bad information from bad men and you are doing their bidding. I thought Trump was in charge and can turn things around. Before I get attacked, I voted for him all times because I believed in a change possibly. Is it because third time's a charm or because comedy comes in threes? I am starting to feel I was wrong. This needs to stop. No new wars, remember? So remember how the tipping point for a lot of Americans was gas prices and not, literally everything else? The concentration camps, the murder and terrorization of American citizens, the AI deregulation, the genocide in Gaza, constant attacks on every part of the Bill of Rights and Constitution, or the Epstein files, or the persecution of anybody who poses a threat to a cishet male Christian theocracy. There's only one thing worse than all of that. And that's blasphemy. Dear President Trump, while I voted for you, I did not give you permission to say or do whatever enters your over-the-top narcissistic mind. Get a grip on life. Me arguing with myself when I'm having a manic episode. You've done a good job for the better part of this term, but the reality is someday you will die, while Jesus will live forever. Hell yeah, brother. Cut out patting yourself on the back and for once in your life, learn and practice some in your life. As a starter, look up the history and lyrics of Amazing Grace. As the title of the video suggests, bold of you to assume he can read. Learn the words and hum it now and then. It just might provide the solace your soul is searching for. Oh, but Barbara, I assume your name is Barbara, Trump already has that song in his heart, and it's Memory from Cats. And if you don't believe me, check out my video about why Trump really wanted to take over the Kennedy Center. Dear President Trump, good day. Hope you are well. I guarantee he isn't. When are you actually going to do what you said you would do and actually drain the swamp of traitors, cannibals, and foreign thieves posing as elected officials? We the people are sick of waiting, and we want to know what the holdup is about. The holdup is the same reason SpongeBob couldn't catch the maniac when he was the hall monitor. We want you to get busy, prioritize this, and make some arrests of high-profile actors and politicians and billionaires, or we the people will assume that you were bought and paid for just like everyone else in politics. I know you probably haven't heard this sentence very often, or at all, actually. But, you'd be assuming correctly. Dear Donald Trump, I've been a strong supporter since your first term as president, but in order to support you or anybody else, I first have to be able to support myself. So if your knee-high orange ass don't get these gas prices down, we both about to be a couple unsupported SOBs. Sincerely, Mr. On E. I'm so glad I picked this one to close the video out with. P.S. Quit shooting missiles at places where they ride camels. If they ride camels, they control the oil. Please don't cancel me for laughing at this. Next time you get the urge to shoot some shit, bomb somebody like France. Who gives a shit if the price of French toast sticks goes up? I'll go back to eating pancakes. I don't know who this Mr. On E guy is, but he somehow has better takes on foreign policy than Marco Rubio. A lot of you have told me that you like when I end my videos with positive affirmations, and I couldn't possibly agree with you more. First off, affirmation for me, God, I hope this video doesn't age badly. And now, on to you all. I hope you are all as happy and healthy and thriving as you possibly can be. If you're not happy and healthy right now, I hope you're able to take the steps necessary to be so in the near future. If you're one of the many people in the comments who have told me that you're gonna start doing drag, I bet you're gonna look fantastic, and I am so happy for you that you're starting this journey, or even thinking of doing so. You're all beautiful, your butts look great, your jawlines are crisp, and I think it's time we checked out some winning comments from the last video. Red Hood 24680 says, the last time I was this early, Charlie Kirk was still debating college students. Lawrence Miles says, faith, fellowship, and froyo. That isn't a philosophy. That's what a hobbit would call his Labradors. Heather Sand 73 says, Neck Fuentes is still my personal favorite Kirk nickname. Oh my god, I just remembered that this is like lopsided. You too could be featured in the next video. Leave a comment below. I will pick my favorite ones and give you a shout out next time. But if you'd like to guarantee your name be featured at the end of every video, please consider joining my Patreon. If you join any of the membership tiers that are conveniently named after Fallout protagonists, your name will be mentioned at the end of every video. You might also get other cool stuff like access to my Discord, behind the scenes content on how I make my wigs, ad-free and uncensored versions of my videos. So if you love my content and my drag, you can support this channel directly by clicking the link to my Patreon in the description box. And if you'd like to give your money to a much more worthy cause, I'm currently helping to sponsor a beautiful family surviving the ongoing genocide in Gaza. The link to their Chuffed campaign is in the description if you would like to help out, and even just sharing the link is extremely helpful if you're unable to donate. If you would like to see me simp for my favorite game characters and get visibly frustrated in real time, please follow me on Twitch. But if you have better things to do on the weekends, you can catch all of my favorite streams on my brand new gaming channel, QueenCokeFrancis Live. I post new streams there weekly, and I will be regularly holding polls as to what you would like to see me play next. And if you'd like to see even more of my clown mug elsewhere, please consider following me on Instagram or Bluesky. My handle for all of the above is @QueenCokeFrancis. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't done so already, please pray to the god or goddess of your choice. And when your savior requests that you make them an offering, just go ahead and unzip your pants and dick slap those like and subscribe buttons as hard as you can. Thank you again to Raycon for sponsoring this video, and thank you to all my patrons and subscribers who keep this channel going. And of course, as always, until next time.